I'm kind of behind here on the Wild Eye releasing Raw and Extreme titles. I had them up to a certain point. This is actually number 25 here in those if you want to watch it. Um, the thing about these is the Raw line. My movie was one of the very first Raw titles that ever. I think it was the first Raw title that ever released. Morbid was. Now, obviously, it's not with them anymore, so it can't get one of these cool releases. But the stuff that they're putting out here at times is pretty cool, and they kind of go back sometimes and release some stuff that was released elsewhere and give it pretty cool releases. Like this one, Whole. Uh, back, I feel like around my early days of reviewing, that this thing came out from Breaking Glass Pictures, and I remember I had a screener copy of it, but I never got a chance to watch it. But this time, I got to sit down and watch this, and it's pretty creative for what it is. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say up front that this is not a movie that's going to be for everybody, but it's definitely art. It's artistic in a way to where they go out of their way to make it not look as cheap as it probably is. And you got three kind of like main characters here. You've got the main guy who is out of prison and he's still psychopath and he's still doing things he should not be doing, as we learn later on. He meets up with a woman and he kind of got feelings for her, but there's kind of more stuff to it, and that kind of plays itself out. Meanwhile, he works at a church, like cleaning the church, and the preacher, who's a little bit weird himself, kind of like takes upon himself to follow this guy around, do such things like that. And then the last character you get is a cop who kind of follows stuff around, but then he's kind of crazy himself and he's having weird dreams and all that. Very artsy movie. Maybe you need to pay pretty good attention to this. I mean, it's not one of the movies that you just want to put on and kind of just ignore. You kind of want to pay attention to what's going on. And it tells a pretty interesting story. There's like kind of a deep story here. We talk a little bit about the prison system. We talk a little bit about people and their instincts to kill, and maybe stuff that happens in their childhood and all that good stuff. So it's better than probably I'm describing it, because it's kind of an odd, weird movie to describe. But it's kind of artsy. It's kind of washed out looking. Got a very good performance from the. I hope I can find his name here. Paul E. Raspass, who I think passed away. He was in the Hillbilly Butcher. I think same director here as the Hillbilly Butcher. So, while a lot of times in indie films, a lot of actors don't seem to get the credit they deserve when they do good, I believe this guy does a fantastic job. And there's some eerie stuff, and there's some gory stuff, and there's probably some confusing stuff, to be completely honest with you. But at the end of the day, I like this one so much that I'm giving it, like I said, a 3 out of 5. Features director's commentary, making of documentary, Ed's journal, and trailer. So they did stack this thing pretty good. It's got this gross cover here that's probably not showing up too good, but if it showed up too good, you probably would have the video flagged. That's what you get on the inside there. These Wild Eye Raw, Raw and Extreme titles have the clear cases, and they really look nice on the shelf when you have them all together. Hopefully I can get back to reviewing some of the ones I've missed on the way, because I got to a certain extent, I think I got behind. But like I said, this is number 25. That's Whole. It's a re-release of a movie that got released previously. But I advise you, if you like indie horror flicks, check this one out. Kind of give me a little bit of a Phil Stevens vibe, and I think some people might not appreciate that these days, but there's definitely more dialogue. But the look and stuff kind of reminds you a little bit of like Lung and things like that. But nonetheless, if you want to see something that come first, check out Whole. 3 out of 5. Wild Eye releasing, available now. I'd say give it a watch.